Everything you've been told about bad habits is incomplete. Most people believe they're caused by laziness, weak discipline, or a lack of self-control. But what if your brain is following rules that were written millions of years ago? The real answer is far stranger than you might expect. Imagine waking up 100,000 years ago. You haven't eaten since yesterday. There are no supermarkets, no refrigerators, no food delivery apps. Every calorie you eat has to be found, hunted, or stolen from nature. If you fail today, you might not get another chance tomorrow. Now imagine you finally discover a tree covered in sweet honey. Do you stop after one bite? Of course not. You eat until there's nothing left. Today, we'd call that binge eating. Back then, it was intelligence. Every extra calorie you stored as fat increased your chances of surviving the next famine. Your brain wasn't rewarding greed, it was rewarding survival. And that ancient reward system is still inside your head. The problem is that your brain doesn't know the world has changed. For almost all of human history, food was uncertain. Hunger was normal. Every generation before you lived with one question hanging over every day. Will there be enough to eat tomorrow? Your ancestors couldn't afford moderation. They couldn't count calories or plan balanced meals. When food appeared, they ate. When they found honey, they climbed. When they killed an animal, they consumed the richest parts first. Fat, marrow, organs, anything packed with energy. Because tomorrow, there might be nothing. Your brain learned that lesson over millions of years, and evolution is slow, much slower than civilization. Agriculture appeared only about 10,000 years ago. Supermarkets are barely a century old. Smartphones, social media, and unlimited snacks have existed for only a tiny fraction of human history. From your brain's perspective, you still live on the African savanna. That's why resisting temptation feels so difficult. Your brain isn't trying to make you unhealthy. It's trying to make sure you survive. Scientists call this an evolutionary mismatch. It happens when a body designed for one world suddenly finds itself living in another. Take sugar. For your ancestors, sweetness was incredibly rare. It usually meant ripe fruit or wild honey, foods that provided quick energy without being poisonous. Craving sugar wasn't a weakness, it was an advantage. But the modern world changed the rules. Today, sugar isn't hidden in a beehive or hanging from a tree. It's everywhere. It's in soft drinks, breakfast cereals, sauces, bread, even foods that don't taste sweet. Your ancient brain responds to all of it exactly the same way it responded to honey thousands of generations ago. It sees an opportunity, not a danger. And every time you give in, it rewards you with a small burst of dopamine, a chemical often called the brain's reward signal. But dopamine doesn't exist to make you happy. It exists to make you repeat behaviors that once kept your ancestors alive. Which raises an uncomfortable question. If your brain evolved to protect you, why does it keep pushing you toward habits that are slowly harming you today? To understand why, you have to look inside your brain. Deep beneath the part of your mind that plans, reasons, and sets goals lies a much older system. Long before humans built cities or wrote laws, this system was already making decisions. It didn't care about happiness. It cared about one thing: survival. Every time your ancestors found something valuable, food, shelter, safety, or social approval, the brain released dopamine. Most people think dopamine is the pleasure chemical. It isn't. Neuroscientists now understand that dopamine is more closely linked to motivation and learning than pleasure itself. It tells your brain, "That helped you survive. Remember it. Do it again." That mechanism was incredibly effective in the ancient world. Finding a tree full of fruit wasn't guaranteed. Catching an animal could take days. Even clean water wasn't always easy to find. So when success finally came, the brain strengthened the pathways that led to it. Every repeated action became a little easier the next time. This is how habits are formed, not because your brain wants routines, because routines save energy. Imagine if you had to consciously think about every step while walking. Every movement would require effort. Instead, your brain automates repeated behaviors, freeing your attention for new problems. The same system that helps you drive a familiar road without thinking also builds habits you wish you didn't have. And that's where modern life changes everything. For almost all of human history, rewards were limited. Today, they're unlimited. Your ancestors had to climb for honey. You only have to open an app. They hunted for food. You tap a screen. They searched for social acceptance within a tribe of a few dozen people. Now a single post can reach millions. The rewards became easier. Your brain didn't evolve fast enough to notice. Psychologists call this supernormal stimulation, modern experiences that trigger ancient reward systems far more intensely than the natural world ever could. Processed foods are sweeter than wild fruit. Endless scrolling delivers novelty every few seconds. Video platforms automatically play the next clip before you even decide. Your brain interprets these signals as opportunities, even when they no longer serve your well-being. This is why breaking a bad habit often feels like fighting yourself. In a way, it is. The logical part of your brain, the prefrontal cortex, makes long-term plans. The older survival circuits focus on immediate rewards. One thinks about next year, the other thinks about the next few minutes. Neither side is broken. They're simply solving different problems. This is also why willpower fades throughout the day. Every decision you make requires mental effort. As your attention becomes tired, the brain naturally shifts toward automatic behaviors. That's why the habits you've repeated hundreds of times often return when you're stressed, exhausted, or emotionally overwhelmed. Your brain isn't choosing the easiest path because it's lazy. It's choosing the path it already knows, which leads to an even bigger question. If these survival programs are millions of years old, can they ever be rewritten, or are you destined to repeat them for the rest of your life? The answer is yes, but probably not in the way you think. Most people try to break bad habits by fighting them. They rely on motivation, discipline, or willpower. For a few days, it works. Then life gets stressful, motivation fades, and the habit returns. That isn't because you failed. It's because your brain wasn't designed to win a constant battle against itself. Think about how your ancestors changed their behavior. They didn't wake up one morning and decided to have more self-control. Their environment changed first. If food became scarce, they traveled. If predators moved into the area, they found a safer camp. If a water source dried up, the entire group adapted. Their survival depended less on resisting temptation and more on changing the world around them. Your brain still works the same way. Behavioral scientists have found that our environment quietly shapes thousands of decisions every day. The foods within reach are the foods we're most likely to eat. The apps closest to our thumb are the ones we open without thinking. The people we spend time with influence our habits far more than we realize. Sometimes the easiest way to change a habit isn't to change yourself. It's to change what surrounds you. Move unhealthy snacks out of sight. Keep a book where your phone usually sits. Lay out your running shoes the night before. Make the good habit the easy choice. Make the bad habit slightly more difficult. Small changes may seem insignificant, but over time they reshape the pathways your brain follows automatically. Because every habit, good or bad, is built through repetition. The more often a behavior is repeated, the stronger the neural pathway becomes. The less often it's repeated, the weaker that pathway grows. Your brain is constantly learning. It never truly stops, which means the same system that created your bad habits can also build better ones. And perhaps that's the most remarkable part of the human story. Millions of years ago, your ancestors evolved a brain that helped them survive in a world of hunger, danger, and uncertainty. That ancient brain is still with you. It still pushes you toward comfort, calories, and familiar routines. But it also gave you something no other species has ever developed to the same degree: the ability to understand